Only two things could get you through this, man. That's patience and persistence. We all aspire, we all have the same emotions. You know, no matter who you are, where you from, we all have the same emotions. You know, we all want to be successful. You know, we all have the same fears of failure. We all have, this feelings of abandonment. We all, want love. Have such a strong belief in yourself that you can quiet out all the outside noise, because you're gonna need that on every step of the way. There are people that are projecting their fears and their shortcomings and failures on you. And you have to be very careful, with that. People telling you can't do that. Why can't I? Because they may have tried, or they don't believe that they can do it. And it's not really about you, it's about what they feel and their fear inside. So you have to be strong enough and resilient to believe in whatever it is you're trying to do. My uncle, he was telling me, like, my uncle said I never sold 1 million records. I sold 1 million records like 1 million times. Are you crazy? How are you gonna do that? How? I'm sure there's things that I do now that he can't believe that I was able to accomplish. But he couldn't even see it at the time. So he was just projecting, putting his fears on me.
That's how we on it. Lock my body, can't trap my mind. Easily explain why we adapt to crime. I'd rather die enormous than live dormant. That's how we on it. And you gotta understand the reason, right? Why does that guy think like that? Right? How do you arrive at that point? You gotta also look at that. You have to look at that. You gotta look at the environments and places we live in, and how things are set up, and how things are structured, and how we're always the last on the totem pole, even from our schooling to our roads to, everything that all the obstacles that's placed in front of us. Even our living conditions. You live in a project, someone lives here, 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 and here. You have to deal with all these different type of personalities. You're in the box. Someone's above you, below you, to the right of you, and to the left of you. And every day you have to manage that circle. So that's like living dormant. Life is about balance, right? You have to have some type of balance. You have time for work and it's time for play. And if you don't allow these two things to coexist, you have an imbalance. People look at you strange saying you changed, like you worked that hard to stay the same, like you're doing all this for a reason. And what happens most of the time, people change. People change around you because they start treating you different because of your success. So you are changing. You don't change who you are, the core of who you are, the things you believe, the things you love, and the things you die for, and your principles. You don't change that, but you're gonna change who you are. You're gonna change, you can't do the same things that you can't hang on the corner. Be true to yourself. It sounds like a very simple thing to do, but it's not. It's not simple to do with all the pressures to succeed and all the pressures to, once you succeed, to stay there. You have a belief in yourself, and sometimes, in most cases, it's almost a naivete about who you are and what you can contribute to the game. Belief in oneself and knowing who you are, that's the foundation of everything great.
Life is for your greatest good. No matter how difficult it seems at the time, everything is for your greatest good. It's just clearing you out so you can receive your blessings, even in tough times. Even the tough time is used for us to grow, for us to go through things. So when the good times come, we really appreciate it. But you gotta just believe everything is for your greatest good. And anything you want in life, you just gotta set your intention. When you set your, we're that powerful. We're all, every single person here, we're that powerful as human beings. If you set your intentions and you believe that shit with your whole soul, 100%, it's gonna happen for you. I promise you. And I'm not saying that because I read it in some book. I'm saying that because I'm standing on this stage tonight. I'm from the bottom. I'm from the mud. I'm from Marcy Projects. I'm from Bedford Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, New York City. And I'm on this stage here tonight doing what I love to do in front of all these beautiful people. And that's because I set my intention. On my first album, I was saying, who's the best MC? Biggie, Jayz, and I was telling you I was coming. It's the adventure, triple platinum, nigga, with the sonic go fade, all that nigga with the... I said that.
You know, it's like, I'm specifically speaking to us and about who we are and how do you maintain the sense of self while pushing it forward and holding us to have a responsibility for our actions. Mm-hmm. Because in America, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And there's a solution for us. If we had a power base together, it would be a much different conversation than me having a conversation by myself and trying to change America by myself. Mm-hmm. If I come with 40 million people, it's a different conversation, right? It's just how it works. I can affect change and get whomever in office because this many people, we're all on the same page. Right. And for us, like I'm saying, to speak to that point is, don't forget that, because the goal is not to be successful and famous. Right. That's not the goal. The goal is, if you have a specific God-given ability, is to live your life out through that. Right. One. And two, we have a responsibility to push the conversation forward until we're all equal. Until we're all equal on this place, because until everyone's free, no one's free. And that's just the fact. You have to educate your children on the world as it exists today and how it got to that space. But my child doesn't need the same tools that I needed growing up. I needed certain tools to survive my area that my child doesn't need. They're growing up in a different environment. But also they have to know their history, have a sense of what it took to get to this place, and have compassion for others. Right. The most important thing, I think, out of all this is to teach compassion and to identify with everyone's struggle and to know these people made these sacrifices for us to be where we are and to push that forward for us. I believe that's the most important thing to show them, because they don't have to know things that I knew growing up, like being, right? And it's just certain tools that you would hope for your child to have. You know, like, again, fairness and compassion and like empathy and a loving heart. And those things translate in any environment. Those are the main base things that you want. Well, for me, I would want my child to have. You know, to treat people as they are, no matter who they are, no matter where they sit in the world. Not to like be super nice to someone at a high position or mean to someone who they deem to be below them. I can't buy you love, I can't show it to you. I can show you affection and I can, you know, I can express love, but I can't put it in your hand. Right. I can't put compassion in your hand. I can't show you that. Right. So the most beautiful things are things that are invisible. That's where the important things lie. Do what people who got rich done. Of course, it's a general statement, right? It's obviously a general statement. Michael Jordan, LeBron James is a great basketball player. He trains in the off season. If you want to be great, train in the off season like him. That's basically the statement. Right. You can't miss the context of the song.
Are there incidents even at this stage in your life, so you're famous, you're rich, you own stuff, where you run into racism that's evident to you, that's easy to recognize at this stage of your life?
Yeah, yes, yeah. But it mostly comes when you try to challenge the status quo. If I'm being quiet and entertaining, everyone's cool. Ah, man, it's great. You don't feel racism. But when you try to challenge the club, it's like, oh, no, we should have a seat at this, to use the Solange album title. We should have a seat at this table. And then it gets into a space where it's like, wait, you guys are mad at me about the same thing you guys are doing. And it's just, it gets into a weird space.
Are you in meetings now in your business life where you're the only black man in the room?
Well, when I was doing the Nets, I was definitely the only black guy in the room.
And what was that like? Describe that.
It's strange, but at the same time, I think that in that room, my celebrity allowed me a voice that probably would have been awkward for someone in my position, being the only black person in the room, to break through.
This album.
Be proud of who you are and realize that we're gonna get further together.
Right.
Don't check out. You can't just, turn your back on the place you come from. You come from a community. Your job is to uplift it now. Or we know how it turns out.
Right.
Once you stop being Tiger Woods and you going on...
What would you say to Tiger Woods? Do you know Tiger Woods?
No.
How would you classify Tiger Woods in that discussion?
Same sort of thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, when Tiger was afforded the privilege of, he playing golf, you were protected. The minute that you're not providing for the thing, it's like now your license is on TV and it's like you're black.